What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. This is really close up, isn't it? Well, I've got a big box here. This is a multi knife opening here, coming in from White Mountain Knives. I had a crazy night, kind of blacked out a little bit, and woke up to a White Mountain Knives order. Not really. That didn't really happen. I'm responsible, guys, or at least I'm not that irresponsible. But I did kind of, get a wild hair and buy a bunch of stuff from White Mountain Knives. Kubey was having a sale. We'll let the cat out of the bag. Kubey was having a sale, and on top of the discount code that you can already get, I just couldn't pass up snagging some pieces that have kind of been on the radar for a little while. So let's pop all these bad boys out. We'll start with kind of the least impressive, cheapest one, and then we'll move up. So this one is the Persian. It's like a Tanto Persian with Ultim. I know a lot of people really, really hate Ultim. Man, this thing was not really cutting that box open too well, but I think it is razor sharp. So it must have just been the tape and stuff on that box. It was not digging. Ultim, this is a wild one. These are like 60 bucks retail, I think, 60, 70 bucks, something like that. You can use the White Mountain Knives WMK code for an additional 10% off. Here it is. Here it is. This thing is pretty light. I'm not the biggest Ultim fan, but I do kind of like this smoked Ultim. It's kind of cool. And look at this wicked blade. It's got the tumbled PVD finish on there. I think it's PVD. I could be wrong. Liner lock. Everything is nice and blacked out. This thing is rock solid. This also comes in a non-Tanto style Persian blade, kind of a more traditional Persian blade. I love my wild and wacky knives. Man, this thing feels comfortable. It's knives like this that make it hard for me to justify the expensive knives I buy. And I'm not saying these are as good as the expensive knives I buy, but the smile that a lot of these kind of more budgety, less expensive knives, and I know everybody's definition of budget knives is different. Like, this is still a pretty expensive knife. But compared to some of the stuff I get in, I still get a lot of enjoyment out of knives like this. Like, I like knives like this as well. And considering that they are a fraction of the cost, really makes me wonder if I should play in this price point way more than I do. All right, we're not doing the Akita here. That's not the point of this video. We're taking a look at this Persian thing right here. 14CN, whatever it's called. 14C28N. 14C28N. They need to give that a jazzier name. I can never remember that. I just call it 14C because that's all I can remember by. From what I hear, I don't have a lot of experience with it. I don't play around with that kind of steel all that often. But from what I hear, it's a pretty decent steel. Performance quite well for the price point. So, we'll be the judge of that. No cracks or anything on this Ultim. Like I said, the only Ultim I can stand is kind of this smoked stuff here with the texture on it. I think it's pretty cool. Let's get into this other one here. What do we have? Where's the name? This one is the K8285. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I forget what this one's called. I know which one's in here because it says flame, and I know which one has the flame. It's the Monster something or other, something like that. Didn't have an actual name on there. Looked kind of cool. Looked kind of interesting. This is not a new knife. This has been out for a few years. But it is on like pretty good sale. So I think I got this for like $130 or something like that. A nice, thick, chunky, contoured flame titanium gear pattern back spacer, milled titanium pocket clip, oversized anodized titanium studs, and a chunky sheep's foot blade of what? S35EN M390. Kind of cool. This feels good. This feels really good. Let's see what the weight is on this. I'm guessing 4.2 ounces. No, 4.3. 5. Yeah, I was way off. All right, 4.3. I was curious how these studs would perform because they're like really wide and they're flat. You can get under that one pretty good. This one's a little... Reverse flick isn't as good as I was hoping it would be. I haven't missed it yet, but I'm sure it'll happen. This is cool. This is a cool one. This is a cool one. I'm going to... You know, I haven't really spent a lot of time with this yet. Ooh. We had a little bit of play going on there. Let's try that again. Now we're rock freaking solid. I think I hit it with my finger and kind of unlocked it a little bit. Plus, sometimes, like, I hate doing locked. It's not a test, but I hate testing locks in, like, first impressions. Because, like, brand new out of the box, you know, you might get a little bit of slip. Like, it takes a second for things to kind of settle in and grip. So it's kind of unfair. We've got a media blasted, glass blasted blade right there. Looks really, really nice. That looks really, really nice. Once again, I reiterate. Man, the detent on this Akita is pretty stout. Once again, I reiterate, like, this whole box, and I haven't opened them all yet, so it's not really fair to talk about it, but this whole box minus this one, after all the discounts and the on sale with Kubey and all of that stuff, was like $250 for 3 high-quality knives, 2 of which are like titanium, and then this one is just kind of cool looking. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. All right, let's do this last one here. Now, I for sure don't remember the name of this one. I was hoping it was going to actually say, and not just have this, right? Color dark, KUT60C. So I will have to post 14C and 28N. Oh, I didn't know this one was in that same steel. Okay, well, makes sense, honestly, because I think this one was on sale for like $99. So yeah, that actually makes sense. Once again, not new. Plenty of videos out on this bad boy. I'll put the titles in the description or whatever. If you want to know what these are, if you don't already know what they are. I know a lot of you, this is old news, right? That's why it's on sale at White Mountain Knives, because these are not new knives. But this one kind of caught my interest. I love the frag pattern, and I like anything that is like dark wash. Let's take a look at this crazy looking blade right here. This is absolutely wicked. We've got jimping all the way up the back. We've got a huge opening hole. Feels really good in hand, kind of a thinner style handle. This thing is pretty damn cool. I wish I had better steel, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I assume that's the designer's mark right there. Front flip. Index flip. No. Let's do a side-by-side comparison of everything in this box here for $257 to my door, I think. We got some banging Kubeys here of different varieties, different price levels. This one was like 70. This was 99. I think this was 130, something like that. You can check my math there. Somewhere along those lines. This one's, you know, probably my favorite out of them, actually. This, it's like, forget what it's called. Something monster. It's got the word monster in the title. But this one's also cool. I love super wide blades with like skinny handles. I just like that aesthetic. Very neat. I may or may not do full videos on these. Kind of depends. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's hard doing reviews on video or on knives that have been out for a while, because like a lot of the times by the time I get the video up, they're gone. They're sold out. Sales are no longer valid, and people get upset because they can't go out and buy it. But we'll see. We'll see. But they're kind of cool for the collection. All right, guys. I'm out. Talk to you later.